Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today is a very special episode. Today we have on the show Masudur Khan. He is the founder and CEO of Khan Properties Group, and he's also an announced author in one of our upcoming business leaders books. I'm really excited to publish his work and also to bring his conversation today to our audience about what he's going to write about and also to learn more about Khan Properties Group. So first off, Masudur, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Adam, and good morning or good afternoon, whatever. Good night, everyone, audience, and thank you, Adam,
Awesome.
for giving me the opportunity to come here and talk about the questions that you have. I really appreciate it.
No, excited to work. You've been wanting to work with you for a long time. So let's just dive right in here. We'll start this episode the way that we start them all with our Mission Matters Minute. So Masudur, we at Mission Matters, we amplify stories for entrepreneurs, executives, and experts. That's our mission. Masudur, what mission matters to you?
So in terms of overall, or is it specific you're asking about my personal
Khan's
or
Properties
my
Group.
business? Kind properties. Okay,
Yes.
So yeah, my it's kind of overall mission that is part of my life also, because work is kind of everybody's should be a very part of life because we spend so much time work. So my mission, I would say, I like to be a position where I can be always blissful and pleasant condition, regardless what happens to me. And there are a lot of things can happen that is outside of my control. So I kind of trying to find a place that where I can be always blissful and joyful, and that is my goal for my life right now, and also for my company, that people are working around me, or all my people that I'm around. So just to make sure that whatever happens, I'm happy and I'm blissful and I enjoy what I'm doing. Yes,
It's great. I feel like perspective and understanding your mission and purpose, big values, and the fact that you're thinking about that also for your employees and the people that are part of your group. It's awesome. Let's switch it up a bit here. I want to talk a little bit about this upcoming book. We won't spoiler alert, and we're not going to tell everybody everything about your writing and what you'll be bringing to the table. But I do want to give people a little bit of just a flavor, a hint of what's going to take place. But don't worry, for the audience, we will be bringing Masudur back on the line and back on the show after the book is launched, and we will do a deep dive into that. But Masudur, just to get us kicked off there, what are some of the things that you hope the readers will gain from your writing?
Yeah, so of course, this is there was a purpose, just tell a little story how I started, and I thank you for your company for your patience and your employees' dedication to find me. It's been like 2 years that she was trying to talk with me.
I told you I've been trying to get you on the show and in one of our books. So I've been following your career. So
yeah,
go
it'd be
ahead.
like
Go
2
ahead.
years.
I told
said,
you.
like, one day I will have something to so that to. So that's why I say I didn't feel that is something that I'm special, that I can write something or I can tell the story will be helpful to the people or the people that I do care. But one point triggered me, and then I thought, okay, maybe I can kind of tell about myself, and maybe it's gonna be benefit to the other people if they read my book. So in my upcoming chapter, what exactly I try to focus, what exactly the things that I felt over the life with my experience over the last 50 years of my life. Of course, I was a kid until 14, but I always blissful and comfortable and playful. But after that, a lot of stuff comes. You identify with many things, right? Your religious, your culture, your education, a lot of stuff that comes to your place. And with my experience, I felt that there are something is very achievable and something I think is very important, that how you can be loving to others and how it can be loved by others, and the resource is unlimited, because there is no bindings how much you can love people and you can care people. So I think this is I found that is a naturally me, but I found that this is the things that actually working really
Mm,
well, and I think this is one of the reason that um, I'm not sure that I want to be telling me that I'm successful, because
yeah.
I do not trust. I don't believe that the definition of successful, what I did, this is can be wide variety of things, but what I'm looking for and
Mhm,
what I want to be and what I become, and you can bring this to your life, giving
mhm,
the love and affection and the care, the
yeah.
people that you are around, and that's probably one of the things that I want to tell people. You need to these things is very powerful.
Mhm. Yeah, one of the things that I like about your writing and just your ideas is that you really do bring a lot of the human side of being an entrepreneur and like and life really to the matter. So it's not obviously we need to make money, right? We need to make payroll. We want to provide value in the marketplace. But when we think about how we're doing that and when we reimagine what our relationship to the marketplace and to our connection to the people that we work with day in and day out, I mean, that's all important stuff. One of the things that you mentioned, it was a little bit about your background. I want to go further into that. So maybe how did you get started as an entrepreneur, and really in real estate and hospitality? Like how did you get started?
Yeah, thanks for the answer. Yeah, I got a lot, this question is very familiar to me because
Yeah.
I came to this country as I just want to tell a little background just to make sure that
Please.
it's a country of opportunity, and I want to tell the young people that I do care most, because they're the future, and they're the most smart people in the world right now, because they're the new generations,
Yeah.
and they have the talent. We are always moving ahead, and we need them, and we need to you know nourish them. So what is your question? Sorry, what are the
Yeah. So tell us just a little bit more about your background. Like how did you
background?
get
Yeah, so
started
there
as
are
an
two things, like,
entrepreneur? I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
So I think I was entrepreneur somehow, and I think I get something seeing my dad, even though
Yeah.
like when he was in Bangladesh, he was working for government, but he has something to do more than that. He was
Hmm.
not sad what he was doing. He was not happy not the happy. He thought he can do more than that. But I think with the time, the society, and all the
Yeah.
things that he had, I think he has done enough to show that something you can do more than that, to make
Hmm.
something you like, or something bring better for your family and yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I was kind of when I was in Bangladesh, I started my kind of idea when I was 14 years old.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to go to the story long, because one day we can discuss about it. But I was completely failed on this venture idea. Zero. My income was zero from this idea, but it did not
Wow.
stop me. But of course, when I came to the country, I was doing a lot of business studies, and I had some small business in Bangladesh when I
Mhm.
was in the school, and I started one of the company with my friend, my best friend,
Mm.
a tutorial center, which is very familiar, and then a lot of stuff during my college. So I was kind of, college was my secondary thing, because you gotta go to college, and I, of course, learned a lot of stuff. But when I came to the America, of course, I have to go through a lot of stuff. Like you have to be, I came for a student, then you have to finish school. There's a law and rules for the country, what you can do,
Mhm.
what you cannot do as a visas. Then I became an immigrant, and as soon as I became an immigrant, and good thing is, like, after a few years, I started some, investing some of the money, because I have the
Yeah.
right to invest some money. And then I like to thank you, my dear wife, Taslima, who actually get the opportunity to move to Oregon. And at
Mm.
that time, I was looking for something that I can do full time, rather than
Yeah.
just investing some money in the business. And that triggered me, and that gave me a lot of opportunity to take the risk, and leaving my job and starting a full time business, which I always was dreaming how I
Mhm.
can be do something that I like to do, how. And then I thought, like, if I try to find something
Yeah.
that I like to do, I have to take that like ownership of what I want to do, right?
Mhm.
Because if I look for a job, you cannot find a job that actually made for you at 100%. Yeah, that's what my culture in my job right now, finding out the talent, who has
Mhm.
the strength, and I tell them to make your job description, scope of the
Mm.
work. Not that I like to say what you are good at it. Tell
Yeah.
me what you get it. So that's what I kind of started like, okay, if I like to do something that I will be always helpful and I don't
Mhm.
feel that I'm working. So I have to do something own and 100%. And my
Mhm.
wife allowed me to do that after a long discussion, six for
Mm.
6 months, and then it's almost like 14 years.
Yeah.
And right now we are both working together under the current properties. So it's just kind of always looking for something what you can do,
Yeah.
and there's always a possibility. That's I always
Mhm.
believed. And when coming to America is very out of the box to think about like you getting a job in subsidiary of Toyota, work for GM, you should be all set, right?
Yeah.
But like I got a job, and then my wife got a job in Intel, two incomes. So that's kind of the norm, right? When
Mhm.
a lot of people come from Bangladesh who are really talented people and giving a lot of contribution to
Mhm.
this country, which is really great. But what I thought that there's something more that I can do, and this is I tried, and by the grace of Allah and
Mm.
everybody's support and affectionate love, I'm here today, which I have a lot to do here.
Yeah.
This is
I
my
want
kind of journey. Yeah, sorry, it's a little
No,
long.
that's great, and it's an inspiring story, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on here was to really talk about that because there's just so much opportunity. There's different ways to kind of think about approaching, what's going to be a good life for you, right? Like whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to, work corporate America, whether you want to be an entrepreneur and innovate within another company that you work for. I mean, there's a lot of different ways
Yeah,
to
a
do it
lot of
that
things to
add
do.
value.
Sure.
One of the things I want to take you back to though is a moment in time, if I may, and that is when you first decided, or maybe when you finally took that leap, or whatever we want to call it, to exit your corporate life and to go full time into as an entrepreneur. Now that can be a scary thing. I don't care how good the numbers are. I don't care how good things are planned. I don't care. Like it's always a scary thing. Like what were you thinking then? Like tell us a little bit into your insight there, because and the reason why I asked this question, by the way, Masudur, is because I know over the last couple of years, some people maybe we're recording this in 2022 for context for everybody listening, so in the future. So the pandemic, all the other things, there's people displaced, they're looking for their way, they're looking for different things to do, they're wondering and reevaluating what they want the future of their life to be, and many people are grappling with, should they go down the road of entrepreneurship? Should they start something themselves? So that's why I asked you that question. If I could take you back to when you first decided, or maybe when you made that leap, like what was that like for you?
Yeah, so a great question, because this is the like the
This,
we don't want to go outside of the box, right?
yeah.
So that's the 95 people want to keep themselves in the comfort zone, and
Mhm.
that's the is our brain always want to keep
Mhm.
you safe. This is
Yeah.
our brain, right? The brain doesn't want to go to take the risk
Right.
and feeling something anxious. Your brain
Mhm.
always want to be safe, so it just means you are in the comfort zone. So as I just mentioned that a little story, my when I started my entrepreneurship, when I was
Mhm.
17 years old, I was kind of good student. My dad always kind of dreamed for me to be the best student in the country,
Mhm.
and I had a hope. My dad had a hope, but when I started like my business and going to the best school in
Mhm.
Bangladesh, Indian school, he was saying that I'm missing the opportunity because I'm doing the two things which end up with doing nothing.
Mhm.
So he was very scared, and he was always like, not the bad way, he was
Yeah.
always giving me the advice whether you should think about it, like
Mhm.
which one you're the priority. Your student is your priority, but you are
Yeah.
doing other stuff which I kind of like it, but it's not time. You can wait,
Mhm.
finish it. And I was kind of confused, and I was not sure like I'm doing right or wrong.
Right.
But question is like, when I started, that time I took the risk because that is what I wanted to do, and
Mhm.
I told myself that in the school I want to be this, and I
Mhm.
set my goal, and I was able to manage all my goals. I did
Yeah.
not set my goal too high in the school, because I know that I have to dedicate some time for my business, which I like, which I enjoy. When I go to school, no, you know.
Yeah.
My dad has an expectation, right? So I kind of, tried to talk with him, and I set an expectation. I said, I'm going to give you this thing, this results, GPA. This is a GPA, and if you're happy, are you okay? And then we set it up. So that's
Mm.
what my hurdle at the beginning, of the fear of my, the family is not happy,
Mhm.
or they're scared, not the happy, or they're just worried and anxious.
Yeah, of
But
course.
when I came to America, of course, I had that confidence that I was
Mm.
successful in the country where there's a business is not that friendly environment, right?
Yeah.
Governmental banking process, and especially when I'm 17 years old, nobody trusts you at that
Yeah,
time.
you're a kid. I'm thinking about
30
this.
years
Yeah.
ago, right? Not the now. Now 30 years become millionaire, right? We can
Right.
there's example for it. Before, like, what the hell, what are you talking about, right? You are
Yeah,
talking
that's so funny. I'm picturing like little
yeah.
Masudur, right?
And
Little guy
in Bangladesh, where the entrepreneurship is
of all
almost
places.
like invited. So and I can tell you the story later. How much time and effort I gave to go to government officials, and how I
Mm.
work with them. And I was successful in one point
Yeah.
to achieve my goal. But when I came to USA, then of course, I had the entrepreneurship mind, and I was looking for something like, the opportunities. And always in terms of
Mm.
my business, my family, my things, my life, not the bad way. What are the, positive opportunities that I can create?
Yeah.
Look for something the better every day. So when my wife actually left, I had some part-time business with, other ventures, but
Mm.
I had the confidence that I would not fail, because
Mm.
I know what I'm doing, because I
Mhm.
have the vision, and I felt it that this is the right things for me to do. So
Mhm.
I was not fear of failing. I
Mhm.
was I was very excited about it, but of course, you never know until it happens. So
Yeah.
that's that risk, and I try to mitigate my risk, getting all the insurance, getting out everything put together, rather than be greedy and getting like all the
Mm.
money at the bottom line. I try
Mhm.
to mitigate my risk and say, okay, there is a lot of risk in the business. What are the
Mhm.
risks? And how I can mitigate the risk is spending some of the small amount of money, adding extra insurance, all that stuff. So I was always see that, okay, why should I take risk,
Yeah.
and worried about it, when I should enjoy my, the work, and I shouldn't
Mm.
worry about the risk. If it's cost some money, it's cost some money, because
Yeah.
business is some money. So I was not feared, because I had the confidence. But
Mm.
that's why I say that for the young people, you find, if you something you believe in it, and you put your heart and soul, you will
Mhm.
be successful. You may take like, and the success is means that you're gonna earn like $1 million within a year, right?
Mhm.
Success is like what exactly you're looking for, how you want to see yourself, and how you're gonna move forward step by step. So
Mhm.
we just less patient. We started within a month and two, we decided
Mhm.
it's not going to work for us, right? It's
Yeah.
not that easy. So you have to believe in it, and you have to keep working and dragging on it, and make
Mhm.
sure that, yeah, of course, you have to be smart once you find that you don't believe in it anymore, because with
Mhm.
the data, you have more analysis you come.
Mhm.
Until you believe, you stick with it, with your heart and soul. And
Mhm.
then we don't need to be too much fear, because end of the day, you want to become what you want to be, and you
Yeah.
want to be yourself, and explore yourself. So
Mhm.
exploring yourself, what you like to do, you shouldn't be the fear, but
Mm.
study more. There's a lot of resources, a lot of conventions,
Mhm.
a lot of places. If you think something, read, go to
Mhm.
college, study, read books, a lot of stuff. You can bring your confidence level that you should
Mhm.
not be fear to move forward, because you have been not too much chance. Life is very short, I can tell you
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, one of the things you talk about, right, like, is kind of exploring and to give yourself some space. I mean, the thing is I feel like, especially, whatever stage of entrepreneurship you're in, and this doesn't have to do with age. I mean, I feel like some, corporate executives that have been, in business world for many years, they become an entrepreneur, they launch their business, and maybe sometimes they think they're going to be successful overnight. And definitely some of our younger audience, they think the same thing, like they're going to, I have this idea, they're passionate about it, they want to do all these things, and maybe the market doesn't accept it or move quickly and reward you with cash. Like, it takes time to build
And
something that
also,
is
I'm sorry for
lasting.
interruption. Yeah, the success, like one of the young people or anybody, like in terms of the age, there's there's no reason, because
Yeah.
I'm an example, because I am actually founder for like three company, which I four company. Me and my friend founded beginning the publications and the tutorial in Bangladesh. Then, I founded one of the company in Bangladesh, which running a business, hotel business, just to I want to be attached to our country and do something that
Yeah.
I born, and but what I'm saying that success, whatever I want to do, small stuff, if I achieve and it makes me the pleasure, that's a success. And one of the thing, like, you do a lot of work, right? You end of the day, maybe you're not making a lot of money, but
Yeah.
you did not lose anything, because the knowledge, the experience, the failure that you learn from there, it should be your success.
Yeah.
Because like when you are not success or you are not reaching the goal is a problem. You can
Yeah.
take the problem as the opportunity for next huge potential opportunity for the next, because you learn why I'm not success here, what are the things that we are missing. So if you keep going this way and positivity, and if you always, you should not get frustrated, and as long as you are alive.
Hmm.
That's I always feel myself, because as long as I'm alive,
Yeah.
this is the most blessing that I can have.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of opportunity that I can create myself
Mhm.
and move forward. So
It's
that's
great.
something, yeah.
I want to switch focus and spend some time on this while I have you on the show. Let's get into Con Properties Group. So tell us a little bit more about your business and profession.
Yeah, Khan Properties Group is like, yeah, so just get a little background that, when I started my own company with some of my friends and from my relatives at 2008. So it's called Seaside Lodging LLC.
2008. I mean, what a year to start a business. I'll start there. Like, wow. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's opportunity, right?
Yeah,
Because that time,
opportunity. Yeah.
yes, so that time every real estate is collapsing, so I was found to get that's why my wife moved here. So I thought, like, something I can start it. This is the time for opportunity. And then,
Yeah.
of course, real estate is very cheap price. And I found something that I really believed in this property, that there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of less risk, because it's on by the ocean. The ocean is not going anywhere, right? So
Right.
business will be there somehow. Um, so uh, I'm sorry, what are the topics there?
Yeah. So, tell us more about Con Properties, like how it got
Kind
started.
properties.
Like,
So
yeah.
yeah, so kind property, like a seaside lodging. So anyway, so make the long story short. So last 12 years, I worked really hard on this. Hard means not the hard, with pleasure and fun, and build like two brand new hotel. One was awarded as the hotel of the year. And then recently, 2 years ago, I built one of the hotel during the pandemic, and I was only 2 weeks late with only 4% construction cost up. It was very successful and
Wow.
made first year is profitable, business, and 65 boutique high-end independent hotel.
Yeah.
And it was also awarded as one of the 13 amazing hotel in USA, and it's located in the seaside where there's only one street, comparing to the like New York, Phoenix, Arizona, big cities, with the
Yeah.
travel and leisure magazine, which is the best magazine in the travel hospitality industry. So it's an international magazine. So that's the two success here. So when pandemic hit, and I kind of working from home, the hotels are closed, working for the new hotel, which
Yeah.
is called Sol Line Hotel. And every night, I'm kind of walking, because trying to find out what is going on, right? Nobody knows.
Of
Like,
course.
nobody would accept. It was a situation that we never expected. So I start over. I said, okay, what is this now? What our future looks like? And
Yeah.
then slowly kind of start thinking about it, and then said, okay, that we need to change the design of the hospitality industry or
Mm.
real estate, because work from home, flexibility, learning the technology, all the things gonna bring in a player that our travel industry, hospitality industry, real estate industry, everything will be changed a little bit. So I try to find out what will be the change, the design. Like, for example, people spend most of the time at home. This is my kind of second home that, that I kind of come a couple times a week. And by I made the office like just for, for make sure that, I can meet my people, employees here.
Mhm.
So, and I have a home at, so home is creating a 20% of the office space, because 20% people will not go back to the work.
Yeah.
So we will, so, and then, change, because your home now has to be nicer, because you always see that, right?
Yeah.
You're always at the home. So I thought, like, something we need to bring the design, which can
Mhm.
be like, fit for the need for after the pandemic, which is work from home, flexibility, apartment model,
Yeah.
getting some resort that will be a limited service, that people have some their own privacy, not the
Mhm.
big gatherings. Maybe I'm kind of trying to get a like concept myself, how I can create a hospitality industry, with the nature, and something that we're so busy with a lot
Mhm.
of stuff, how we can be not uh, and if you tell me that to be like 100% off from the technology and to be 100% mindful is
Yeah.
very difficult nowadays, but how I can be ease, and how can it comfort, whether
Mhm.
I'm in vacation and I'm at work, whenever I'm traveling, when I'm at the hotel, I'm the home. So how
Yeah.
technology can connect with everything. So
Mhm.
bringing this kind of hospitality industry where you can be
Mhm.
ease, whether you're on vacation or
Mhm.
you are at work or you are at home with your family, because we don't need to go to the vacation to be ease ourselves,
Yeah.
or comfort or blissful or happy, or for we can be happy all the time. That
Mhm.
kind of environment we are trying to create with the accommodation and the lodging. That's the
Mm.
concept right now. So we are working and designing day and night. We have five designer working, architect, 3 or 4 architect. We just
Yeah.
hired like 15 to 12 employees, and this is startup. We have a big vision,
Mhm.
and we are moving forward. We are seeing not the light end of the
Mhm.
tunnel. Unfortunately, our property was on the beach, so we had done really well, and we tried to adjust with the need of the
Mhm.
customer during the pandemic. And then after that, Khan Property just invented, or
Mm.
we launched the Khan Property like 2 years ago. So far, we have
Mhm.
15 employees, with almost more than $100 million projects going on right now.
Yeah. So, and thank you for sharing that. And so, looking at, and I'm just so curious and interested to hear like your vision for what this looks like going forward, because you have a unique vantage point. I mean, you've been in hospitality, hotel industry for a long time, and obviously, let's just say we're through the pandemic, we're at the tail end of it, and things are back to normal. People are doing whatever the new norm is going to be like. What do you see the vision of this looking like?
From my eyes, or from the
For
in the
yeah, for you, for Khan Properties, like, what do you
Khan
see
Property.
that like, what do you, because like, as you mentioned, it's gonna evolve, right?
As I said, like, Khan Properties,
Yeah.
you know, I always look for, when I do some sort of ideas, the
Mhm.
idea comes from the need,
Yeah.
right? So Khan Property is not generated that I like to do a hotel or a
Yeah.
company by my last name.
Mhm.
It's invented due to the need
Yeah.
of of during the pandemic, where I figured out that something maybe will be shifted. And
Mhm.
first of all, I'd like to thank, one of my uh, the name was, I was not sure that I gonna do the Khan, like my last
Mhm.
name. I feel greedy, but
Mm.
one of my friend's wife, she actually really helped me to tell that no, it's a beautiful name and you should take
Mhm.
it. And then I took the
Yeah.
name. So anyway, so the I see that we are heading to the right direction where
Mm.
we can meet the community need. So my goal is for the business is that whatever I like to do, it's not
Mm.
for me. It's for me, for my
Yeah.
employees, more for my
Mhm.
community and the people that I serve, and the
Mhm.
people. So that if I can fill up the need, that's no brainer, right? You will be
Yeah.
successful. The question is, you're gonna find out what are the need and what are the things that people are looking for and what are the things that are missing.
Mhm.
That's always I do, because one of the property that I actually renovated fully, taking a rundown hotel.
Mhm.
Actually, it became one of the Innovator of the Year award, which I completed the Best Western CU and the Wyndham CU, and I was the one of the the finalists. But of
Mhm.
course, I didn't expect to win. But yeah, I think Wyndham CEO won, but I was one of the three of my
Wow.
ideas. So Khan Property, same thing. Like the Riverina Hotel was Hotel of the Year. It's a small town, small hotel, 48 rooms. Why? Because
Yeah.
I created some environment that like 6, 7 years ago, the lifestyle. I saw that people need a lifestyle. They need something to enjoy, not the hotel to be place for stay. So that
Hmm.
concept brought like in a smaller town a hotel of the year from the whole America. And then when I did the Solline Hotel under the Caesar Lodging, that was very successful because it's a high-end
Hmm.
limited service boutique hotel, which was a very need for the city and was missing. We
Yeah.
could not brought that clientele. Right now, we can brought the higher end clientele, which not only benefit for the city, for
Hmm.
our hotel, is benefit for the city because they're getting more travel, tourist traveler where they can spend more money. So right now we are looking for some sort of design which will be catering for the need after the pandemic where the people lifestyle has changed,
Hmm.
right? My lifestyle has changed completely. So how I be comfortable,
Yeah.
how I need to do these things, it will make me comfortable when I'm at home or on
Hmm.
vacation or something related to the real estate,
Yeah.
the life. So that's I am looking with my team. I have a strong team. They're working day and night, and I
Mm.
think within a couple of years we can bring the need of the market that
Yeah.
actually really will be kind of streamlined with the need of after the pandemic. And we
Awesome.
are very, very, very hopeful, and all we need to make sure that we have the blessing from
Hmm.
you guys and from the people that we like to serve and
Hmm.
and support the community and everybody's, and make
Ah,
sure we're healthy enough to work not harder that the goal that we are looking for.
yeah, it's great. It's a great story. I love this story. The story of entrepreneurship, of really, going deep in your niche and hotels and hospitality, of continuing to innovate. And it doesn't surprise me that you are runner up in an innovator award. So not surprised to hear that at all. And I'm really excited to get your book published. So I'm excited to get and bring your writing to our audience and to our readers. And also, we'll of course be bringing you back on the show so that we can do a deep dive once the book does go live. But that being said, for today, Masudur, it's been awesome having you on the show. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I hope my audience did as well. If somebody wants to continue to follow your journey, learn about Khan Properties Group, or connect with you and your team in general, I mean, what's the best way for people to do that?
Yeah, that's my goal of my life. So
Mhm.
anything that I do and anything I have the knowledge, if I can spread to the people, and
Mhm.
that's what I'm doing. One of my hobby, rather than traveling and gardening, is
Mhm.
mentoring people. I've been mentored like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
They're really happy. They're successful. So in terms of the audience right now,
Mhm.
they're listening or watching. We are launching our website very soon.
Mhm.
You can Google me and email me anytime. I will be available, and I'm happy to help anyone and support. And if
Yeah.
there's anything questions, you can email me, or I have different social pages. You can
Yeah.
find me and send the messages. So we are ready to listen your feedback and any suggestions, or also anything you want to discuss or ask me. I'm ready for here. That's one of the mission that I like to do, and I'm trying to do as my
Mhm.
level right now. But if we need to explore more, I'm
Mhm.
ready for that, and I will be very happy to find out a way to do more people, support more people, and
Awesome.
spread my knowledge to the more people.
That's great. And to the audience, we'll put all the information. So, for Masador, maybe LinkedIn and things like that. And so to the social pages in the show notes so that people can just click on it and head right on over and check out his work and his team's work. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters, we're a platform that's all about bringing on entrepreneurs, executives, and experts and having them share their mission, why they do what they do, their purpose, how they're making a difference in the marketplace. If that's the type of content that sounds interesting or fun or engaging to you, we definitely welcome you. Hit that subscribe button because we have many more mission-based individuals coming up on the line, and we don't want you to miss a thing. And Masudur, really thrilled to work with you. Excited to get you published, and thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, and thank you all the audience, and have a good day. Thank you.